Stay until sunrise. The city lights are fading slow outside the window pane. Your shadow dances on the wall and calls my name again. We've been talking circles all around the things we fear, trying not to say the words that brought us here. Your jacket's hanging by the door like it belongs to me, like all the plans we used to make still breathe somewhere unseen. I can hear the clock reminding us what time can do, but tonight I only want what's left of you. I know tomorrow's waiting with its cold and quiet truth, but right now all I see is every memory of you. The way you smiled across the room and stole my guarded heart, like we never thought we'd ever fall apart. So don't look at me like you're already gone. Don't turn this moment into something we've lost. This is the last page, let me read every line. Just a little more time. Stay until sunrise. Stay until the morning paints the sky. Hold me like the world won't change tonight, like we're still the story we were writing. Stay until sunrise. Let the darkness keep us for a while. I don't need forever in your eyes. Just don't leave before the sunlight arrives. Stay until sunrise. The coffee's getting colder on the table by the bed, like all the things we never found the courage left unsaid. You trace a little circle on the back of my hand, and suddenly I'm breaking all my plans. I remember summer driving nowhere in your car, chasing songs and conversations underneath the stars. Back when every dream felt close enough for us to touch, back before the distance grew too much. Maybe love is not enough to hold two lives in place. Maybe timing writes its own cool ending to a page. Still I find myself believing something might survive if we keep this feeling alive. So don't tell me we're a lesson to learn. Don't tell me every bridge was made to burn. Let me stay here in the warmth of your light for one more night. Stay until sunrise. Stay until the morning paints the sky. Hold me like the world won't change tonight, like we're still the story we were writing. Stay until sunrise. Let the darkness keep us for a while. I don't need forever in your eyes. Just don't leave before the sunlight arrives. Stay until sunrise. Hey, hey. Maybe years from now we'll pass each other on a crowded street and wonder if the love we had was something we could keep. Maybe you'll be smiling with somebody by your side. Maybe I'll pretend that I'm alright. Hey, maybe every photograph will slowly lose its sting. Maybe all the songs we love will make my heart cave in. Maybe time will teach me how to carry what we were without reaching for your words. But tonight you're sitting here and that's enough for me. A fragile little miracle between goodbye and leave. And I don't want the future stealing what is still alive. Not before this night says it's goodbye. So if your heart is breaking too, then let it break with mine. Let the silence hold us gently for a little time. No promises of forever, no impossible. dream that stayed a little longer than it should, and somehow made the hurting good. Stay until sunrise, stay until the morning paints the sky. Hold me like the world won't change tonight, like we're still the story we were writing. Stay until sunrise, let the darkness keep us for a while. I don't need forever in your eyes, just only before the sunlight arrives. Stay until sunrise, even if tomorrow says goodbye. Let me hear your heartbeat one more time. Let me keep this feeling deep inside. Stay until sunrise. Leave your memory wrapped around my soul. When the daylight takes away the night, I'll still carry every piece you left behind. Stay until sunrise, stay until sunrise. The sky is slowly turning gold, the room is quiet, soft and cold. You take your coat and reach the door. I close my eyes and love you more. Stay until sunrise, stay until sunrise, stay until sunrise. We're halfway to goodbye. You still call me baby when you answer the phone, but somehow every conversation feels a little more alone. There's a space between the words we never used to know, and every day it seems to grow. You still know my coffee, how I take it every day. You still laugh at all the little jokes that nobody else gets. But somewhere in the middle of these ordinary things, something's changing underneath. The pictures on the shelf still look the same, but every smile inside them feels so far away. And I keep telling myself we're just tired and confused, while my heart keeps searching for the truth. I can feel it in the silence, in the pauses that last too long, like we're standing at the ending, still pretending nothing's wrong. We're halfway to goodbye, halfway to letting go, halfway between forever and walking out alone. Still holding on tonight, still trying to believe, but love is slipping through our hands like water through the sea. We're halfway to goodbye, and I don't know how to save us now. I remember when your eyes would light up at my name, like finding me was all it took to brighten up your day. Now I catch you staring somewhere far beyond this room, like your heart already moved. You still reach for me in the night when you're half asleep, still pull me closer like there's comfort that you need. But when the morning comes, I watch you drift away again, and I don't know where you've been. Maybe nobody's to blame for what became of us. Maybe love can only carry so much weight before it breaks. Maybe two good people sometimes lose the road they knew without meaning to. And I keep listening for echoes of the way we used to sound, but every promise feels a little weaker now. We're half turning? Will we find our way again? Will we go back to those nights when forever wasn't something we questioned? Back when every touch felt certain, back when every dream had room for two, back when we could sit in silence without feeling the distance move. Hey, maybe the hardest kind of heartbreak isn't watching someone leave. Maybe it's watching them slowly disappear while they're still standing next to you. And every day I tell myself, tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow we'll remember who we are. Tomorrow we'll find the missing pieces. Tomorrow you'll look at me the way you used to. But tomorrow keeps becoming yesterday, and suddenly we're here, holding memories instead of plans, holding photographs instead of futures, holding each other while falling apart. I never thought love could end this quietly. I never thought goodbye could arrive so slow. We're halfway to goodbye, halfway to letting go, halfway between forever and walking out alone. Still holding on tonight, still trying to believe, but love is slipping through our hands like water through the sea. We're halfway to goodbye. But I still wish you'd stay. We're halfway to goodbye. Yeah, I'm still saying your name, still praying something beautiful can rise from all this pain. Halfway to goodbye, but my heart hasn't learned how to stop reaching for your light after all the years it burned. We're halfway to goodbye, and somehow that's the hardest part. You sit beside me, but miles away. The room is quiet, the words won't stay. And somewhere between love and leaving, we lost our way. Halfway to goodbye. Halfway to goodbye. Halfway to goodbye. That empty passenger seat, there's a street on the west side that still remembers us. Every corner holds a shadow of the way we used to love. The radio is playing songs we used to sing out loud, and for a second I can almost hear you now. The city's passing slowly, like a movie through the rain, and every light outside reminds me of your name. I keep looking to my right, like you're sitting there again. Even though I know you won't be, I still do it anyway. Funny how a memory can feel more real than touch. Funny how an empty seat can still mean so much. That empty passenger seat still feels like home to me. I still turn and wanna tell you things when something beautiful appears on the street. That empty passenger seat still carries pieces of your soul, and every mile I drive alone feels like a belongs to you. Remember California dreaming, even though we never been. Talking about the places we would someday disappear in. You said we'd find a little town where nobody knew our names. And now I'm driving through our memories instead of through those places. The coffee shop is closing, the one we'd stop at after dark. The owner still remembers us and asks me where you are. I smile and say you're doing fine. That's easier than saying you became a stranger to the girl who knew your heart. And every traffic light feels like another chance to go back and change the ending. If life allowed second dances, that empty passenger seat still feels like home to me. I still turn and wanna tell you things when something beautiful appears on the street. That empty passenger seat still carries pieces of your soul. And every mile I drive alone feels like a road we never got to finish. That empty passenger seat still belongs to you. Maybe healing isn't forgetting. Maybe healing is learning how to drive through all the places that remind you without breaking every time. Maybe love doesn't disappear just because two people do. Maybe some hearts leave fingerprints that stay long after they're gone. Because I still hear your laughter in the pauses of my favorite song. Still see your reflection in every city window after dark. Still feel your hand reaching for mine when the highway stretches endlessly and the moon hangs low above the road. You were never just a person. You became 1,000 little moments scattered through my everyday life. A song, a street, a season, a sound, a memory, a dream. And sometimes I wonder if you're driving somewhere too, looking at an empty seat and thinking of me the way I think of you. That empty passenger seat still feels like home to me. I still turn and wanna tell you things when something beautiful appears on the street. That empty passenger seat still carries pieces of your soul. And every mile I drive alone feels like a road we never got to finish. That empty passenger seat still belongs to you. That empty passenger seat taught me what missing means. So someone can leave a life behind without taking all their dreams. That empty passenger seat still knows every word we'd say. And if memories could drive themselves, you'd still be here today. That empty passenger seat still belongs to you. The highway fades, the night grows thin, the sunrise slowly starts breaking in. And for the first time I don't pull over, I keep driving forward with your memory beside me in that empty passenger seat. Are the things we never said. I heard your name last Friday floating through a crowded room. And suddenly the years between us didn't feel so long. I smiled like it didn't matter, like I wasn't caught off guard. But the truth is I still carry pieces of your heart. There were so many conversations that we never got to have. Too many moments we kept losing while trying not to look back. I thought time would take your memory and soften every edge, but some feelings stay exactly where you left them. And now I'm staring at the ceiling with your ghost inside my mind, wondering if you ever think of me. Sometimes it's the things we never said that keep me awake at night, the words that stay behind my lips when I should have held you tight. It's the things we never said that echo through my soul, the love we never fully gave, the truth we never told. And now all that's left are the things we never said. I never told you how your laughter could rescue the worst of days, how one look from you could somehow make every fear fade away. I never said I was terrified of losing what we had, so instead I acted stronger than I ever really was. You never told me what was hurting hidden underneath your smile. Maybe if we'd been more honest, we could've stayed a while. Maybe not, maybe some endings were written from the start, but I still wonder who we'd be if we'd spoken from the heart. Now the silence sounds much louder than the arguments we knew, and every quiet moment brings me back to you. It's the things we never said that keep me awake at night, the words that stay behind my lips when I should have held you tight. It's the things we never said that echo through my soul, the love we never fully gave, the truth we never told. And now all that's left are the things we never said. If I could sit across from you just one more time, no pride, no fear, no pretending we'd be fine, I'd tell you that I loved you more than I ever knew how to say. I'd tell you that leaving broke me in ways I couldn't explain. I'd tell you I was scared, scared of needing someone that much, scared of building a future that depended on your touch. I'd tell you every memory still lives somewhere inside me, every late night drive, every dream, every promise, every fight. I'd tell you I forgave you long before I forgave myself, because losing you was painful, but losing who I was afterward was something else entirely. And maybe none of these words would change the ending. Maybe we'd still walk away exactly the same, but at least we know we finally told the truth instead of carrying it forever in silence. It's the things we never said that keep me awake at night, the words that stay behind my lips when I should have held you tight. It's the things we never said that echo through my soul, the love we never fully gave, the truth we never still remember the things we never said, the things we never said, the things we never said. Everybody told me I should hate your memory now, that moving on means turning every photograph face down. They say the strongest hearts are the ones that never look behind, but I don't think that's true this time. 'Cause every tear I cried was born from something real. Every scar I carry proves exactly how I feel. And though the ending wasn't anything we dreamed it'd be, you still became a part of me. I don't regret the nights we spent chasing impossible skies, or every secret conversation that lasted past sunrise. I don't regret believing when the world was full of doubt. I only wish we figured it out. Maybe some people are right not to stay forever, but to change us forever before they go. If loving you is wrong, then I don't wanna be right, because every moment with you still shines inside my life. If loving you was wrong, then let the whole world disagree, because the best part of my story still begins with you and me. And even though you're gone, I'll never call our love a mistake. I've spent so many evenings trying to rewrite the past, searching for a different ending that was never meant to last. But every road I follow always brings me back to this: some things are beautiful because they don't exist forever. Like summer turning into fall, like songs that end before they lose their magic, like people who arrive and leave a mark so deep you carry them long after they've gone. You taught me how to open up when I was scared of letting people in. You taught me that vulnerability could be stronger than defense. You taught me love isn't measured by how long it survives, but by how deeply it changes lives. And if I had the chance to live it all again, I'd still choose you, knowing how 'Cause what we had is beautiful from beginning to the end. If loving you was wrong, then I'd do it all again. Some loves stay, some loves leave, some become memories we never stop needing. And if loving you was wrong, then maybe that's the most beautiful wrong I've ever known. If loving you was wrong. It's almost 3 a.m. and your number's still right there, buried underneath the conversations I told myself I'd never read again. The room is dark and quiet, only city lights remain, and somehow every lonely night still ends the same. My thumb hovers over your name like it knows the way, even when my heart pretends it's already moved away. There's so much I never told you after everything fell apart. So tonight I'm talking to the silence instead of calling where you are. I know this message will never leave my phone, but some words grow too heavy to carry alone. This is one last voice note you'll never hear, one last confession disappearing into the air, one last midnight conversation with nobody on the line, just me and all the things I couldn't say in time. This is one last voice note from a heart still learning how to heal. I wanted to tell you that I finally took that trip, the one we planned for months before we let each other slip. I stood beside the ocean and thought about your laugh, the way it used to echo through every future that we had. I wanted to tell you that I'm doing better now, at least better than the girl who couldn't imagine life somehow without your morning text, without your voice at night, without the comfort of believing everything will be alright. And maybe that's the strangest thing about losing someone dear. Life keeps moving forward even when you wish they'd still be here. So many stories I never got to share, now they live inside me, floating through the air. This is one last voice note you'll never hear, one last confession disappearing into the air, one last midnight conversation with nobody on the line, just me and all the things I couldn't say in time. This is one last voice note from a heart still learning how to heal. I used to think closure would sound dramatic, like a final speech or one perfect conversation where every question found its answer and every wound found its meaning. But maybe closure is quieter than that. Maybe closure is sitting alone at 3 in the morning, realizing you don't need a reply anymore, realizing the love was real, the loss was real, the memories were real, and that's enough. Maybe closure is accepting that some stories don't get sequels, some chapters don't get rewritten, some people become part of your foundation, even if they aren't part of your future. Because the truth is I don't need you to come back, without bitterness, without anger, without hope, just gratitude for everything we were and everything we weren't, for every dream that happened and every dream that didn't, for the version of me that existed when you loved me, and for the woman I became afterward. This is one last voice note you'll never hear, one last confession disappearing into the air, one last midnight conversation with nobody on the line, just me and all the things I couldn't say in time. This is one last voice note from a heart finally learning how to hear. This is one last voice note. The final page I write, the final little piece of us released into the night. This is one last voice note, no longer asking you to stay, just thanking you for being part of who I am today. This is one last voice note, and now I let it fade away. Recording stops, screen goes dark, the city sleeps, the healing starts. No message sent, no call returns, just a quiet heart finally learning how to let go. One last voice note, one last voice note. The sun came through my window before I heard the rain, and for the first time in a while I didn't wake up with your name. There was no ache inside my chest, no shadow in the room, just quiet morning light and a little extra breathing room. I made coffee for one person, and somehow it felt okay. No pretending I was waiting for a message on the way. No counting all the hours since the last time that we spoke. Just another ordinary morning, and a heart that's finally grown. I still remember everything, but memories don't pull me under now. They simply pass like clouds. This is for tomorrow, not for tonight. For the girl who's finally learning how to step into the light. This is for tomorrow, for the dreams still left to chase, for every door that's opening, where heartbreak used to stay. This is for tomorrow, and the life that's calling me. I used to think moving on meant erasing every trace, but healing wasn't losing you, it was finding my own place. I carry what we had through every season of the storm, and somewhere in the process I became someone more. The roads don't feel so empty, the nights don't feel so long, and sometimes when I hear our song I even sing along. Not because I'm wishing for the past to reappear, but because I'm grateful that we happened while we were here. The story didn't end the way I wanted it to, but maybe it ended the way it needed to. Yeah, this is for tomorrow. Oh, and the life that's calling me. I spent so many months looking backward, searching for answers inside old memories, trying to find one perfect reason for why we couldn't stay. But some questions don't need answers, some endings don't need villains, some goodbyes don't need fixing. They simply become part of who we are. And now when I think of you, I don't think of loss, I think of growth. I think of late night conversations and lessons wrapped in love. I think of two people who did the best they could with the hearts they had at the time they had them. And that's enough, because life keeps unfolding beyond the moments that break us, beyond the people who leave us, beyond the dreams that change shape. There are still cities I haven't seen, songs I haven't heard, people I haven't met, versions of myself I haven't become yet. And for the first time, that future excites me more than the past hurts me. This is for tomorrow, not for tonight. Not for tonight. For the girl who's finally learning, hey, hey, how to step into the light. This is for tomorrow. It's for every door that's opening, hey, where heartbreak used to stay. This is for tomorrow, and life that's calling. This is for tomorrow, and the life that's calling. This is for tomorrow, and the life that's calling me. Ooh, this is for tomorrow. For every sunrise ahead, for every beautiful chapter still waiting to be read. This is for tomorrow, for the love I'll someday find, not to replace the past, but to meet a different time. This is for tomorrow, and everything that's yet to be. The night is over, the sky is clear, the road continues, and I'm still here. Not unchanged, not unbroken, but stronger than I've ever been. For tomorrow,